without being too negative, my Suns are in trouble. 0-2 is not where you want to be. Not being able to defend a wet paper bag is definitely not where you want to be. I don't remember if it was game 1 or game 2. We were shooting 60-something% at halftime and still down double digits. It's just not fun. KD's having to play marathon minutes, which sucks because I love KD, but he's injury prone. No one can deny that. Chris Paul's out for the series, presumably, because he's not even going to be evaluated till next week or the end of this week, and it's going to be pretty much over by then. Like I said, not trying to be too negative, but not looking great. Heat, Knicks, that's fun. That's a fun 1-1 series right now. I think either team can pull ahead. I think it's just a lot of it's going to depend on Jimmy Butler's health. If Jimmy Butler is out for a prolonged period of time, especially with Tyler Hero broken hand from the first round, from like the first game, I think the Knicks can win it. I really do. They played really well. They played together. Jalen Brunson had a really bad first half and came alive in the second half for them to take game 2. So that's a very interesting 1-1 tied up series. 1-0 Lakers. Not the end of the world. It's really not. I have a lot of Warriors friends. Devin Paul. Hey. And it's not the end of the world. There's going to be a lot of stuff you have to fix, obviously. And unfortunately, I kind of agree with Stephen A. this morning when he was saying that you're going to have to shoot more threes and better threes than go in the paint against the Lakers because, you have guys like AD, Jared Vanderbilt. For the most part, that's about it. But those two alone, LeBron, he has his spurts on defense, but you have these great presences down low, and they kept trying to drive in, and AD had, 5 blocks, 6 blocks, something insane. He's already, I think there was a stat, he led the league in blocks, total blocks, in the playoffs. I think it was the 2020 year, the bubble, or maybe it was the next year. He led the league in playoff blocks in the whole thing, all the way to the finals. I want to say it was the bubble. This year, in one game in the second round, he's already got more blocks than that entire run. It's pretty cool. When he's healthy, he is insane. Problem is, his health is just always a thing. It is what it is. I can't say much. KD's hurt 90% of the time too. What can you do? So, but I think it's not too early to freak out because it was a close game. It could have gone either way, 100%. And do I like the Jordan Poole shot? No. I'm not against a 3. That deep of a 3 with that much time left is what I'm against. That's silly. I am not against Jordan Poole taking a shot like that, especially when Steph gets doubled and Clay's more or less taken out of the play. He was pretty blocked off. He was being face guarded. So I'm not against it, but he should have used a little bit of clock, got a little bit closer, or at least gotten a better, maybe step into it a little bit. He was open, 100% he was open. Take one step up, get your momentum, to carry through. Just catch and shooting from that far back with that much time on the clock, that's what I don't like. But I think they're going to tighten up their defense. They're going to have to play off of Steph being doubled all the time. So you're going to have to be able to run some action to get Clay, Jordan Poole, Wiggins, these guys, maybe someone coming off the bench like Moody or, all these guys that are going to be contributing, Gary Payton. You're going to have to get them in action to get them open because you're going to have to play and deal with, in essence, Steph being doubled at all times. someone else is going to have to step up. Someone else is going to have to make shots. Someone else is going to have to win. Steph will get pretty well his in the course of the game. Is he going to just sit and pop off for 30 and a quarter? Probably not. Lakers, since the trade deadline, have been a phenomenal defensive team, top to bottom, and it's going to fall on everybody else. It really is. Looney's going to need to get a little more physical with AD, you know, get as many rebounds as he can. You know, he already has either 2 or 3 20-plus rebound games this playoffs, and you can't have AD going for, 34 and 20, 35 and 20. That you just can't. You can't. So it's not over. It's not over at all. Speaking of Stephen A. and ESPN, First Take, all that. So also this morning, they had one of their talking points was, did Philadelphia make a mistake playing Joel Embiid? I do not think so. When you're on the road, you don't have home court advantage. What is your objective right off the bat? Steal a game. Steal a game, get home court back. Because, you know, the better record / better team is going to have home court advantage most of the time. So you're going to go on the road. You're going to play your hardest. You're going to try to steal a game. They did. It was a close game. They won on a last-second shot, a go-ahead, you know, from James Harden. They win. Boom. You've succeeded in what you had to do. Sure, they got mollywopped by, 34 in Game 2. Dealing with house money right there. It don't matter. You stole a game. Go back home. They're a phenomenal home team. They play phenomenal when they're at home. Jesus. All you have to do, back up the play that you did in Game 1. The way you played in Game 1. I will piggyback a little bit because the guys on Inside the NBA, you know, Shaq, Chuck, Ernie, and Kenny, they talked about it a bit with the Sixers, especially James Harden, play differently without Joel Embiid when he's out, injured, whatever. And I agree. It's gonna happen. You have an MVP, not even candidate now, just MVP. Shout out Joel. Finally got it, man. Congrats. But you have him, and you're going to try to get him going. Because when you're 7'2", 290, it's going to be hard to stop you. Obviously, he averaged, 33 this year in the regular season? Monster numbers, 33 and 10, 33 and 11, something like that. But the problem is, when Joel's in, James Harden gets a little passive. You look at Game 1, 45 plus the go-ahead. Sure, he was just missing shots in Game 2, but a player like James Harden, especially if you're already down, just shoot more. You know, if you're already down in the second half, your minutes are already limited. Shoot a few more. Try to get some of those misses out, so to speak. You know, try to find the stroke because they're going to need you. You and Joel have to be a 1-2 punch. It's not going to be one or the other. You have to have both. But same as with the Warriors and the Lakers. No reason to panic. It's a 1-1. It's 1-1. Since you stole Game 1, you have home court now. Go home to Philly. That is a hostile crowd. Also, kudos to them for winning a game in the TD Garden, because that is not easy. They are a phenomenal home team, too, and the TD Garden is very hostile. So is Philadelphia's arena. I don't know the name of it, sorry. And so, it's go home, play good, just get... I'm not saying don't try to get Joel involved, don't try to get these other players involved, but you have to realize, if you're James Harden, you're a former MVP, you're playing with the current MVP. Act like it. You can... There's more than just 100% deferring, and there's more than just 100% taking over. Know when to shoot. Know when to pass. Play like the MVP that you once were. And Joel could play like the MVP he currently is. Another big problem is everyone else in the Celtics was shooting so good, they won by 34, and Jason Tatum had 7. So that's not going to happen again. It shouldn't. It should never happen again. There's no reason Jason Tatum should ever have 7 points in a game, especially not a playoff game. So play together, more ball movement. Way more ball movement. It was stagnant and crummy in game 2. Play like game 1. Do your best to get people involved, but take over when you need to. And it doesn't have to be a fourth quarter, oh, I'm just going to put the team on my back and win the whole thing. No. Sometimes you just go, hey, I got it. Draw them up on a double, kick it out. Do something. Do anything you can do. It doesn't have to be wait till the game is in the balance and then take over. You can take over any time, and it doesn't have to just be all scoring. But you have to play right. They didn't play right in game 2. Celtics played right in game 2. Celtics played really right in game 2. Oh my gosh. They looked great. But that's my opinion, like always. But we'll see how it goes. My poor Suns play tomorrow. If we can't have a come to God moment or something, we're about to be down 0-3, and it's not good. And playing KD 40 plus minutes a night is just a recipe for disaster. Oh, pretty much always has been. And I hate it. It is what it is. My guy's 35, 34. It's gonna happen. So hopefully we can at least make an effort. But we're gonna have to contain Jokic, and it's not gonna be easy at all. We don't have the personnel to contain Jokic. So good times. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I'll talk to y'all next time.